Hi! And welcome, get your face in the picture, to, not all the way in the picture, to things we do when we are hyper. This is my little bro.
Who does a lot of hyperiness?
Not really. I'm more hyper than you.
When we have sugar.
Oh, sugar! The first thing I do when I'm hyper is I do this.
A lot.
I put this first.
A lot.
Now he's just faking hyperactiveness because he said no sugar right now, so I don't know what he's doing. What a weirdo.
I have actually had sugar.
The second thing I do is I talk like this. I talk in a funny voice.
You do.
Stop it, you're just ruining the video. Quiet. One bit. I talk like this, okay? I do a lot of weird voices when I What is one of the things that you do when you're hyper?
Jump around on the sofas.
So the first thing my brother does when he's hyper is he jumps around on sofas. Anything else you do when you're hyper?
Spin in circles.
Apparently he spins in circles, but I've never seen him do this.
I've done this in the living room before that she was at Dean's.
Okay. Dean is my father.
Yeah.
You have seen him on some of my videos with Daniela.
But he's not my father.
Evidently. Who calls their father by the first name? What a noob. Anyway, another thing, the third thing my brother does when he's hyper, and I know he does this, is he pretends to be an animal. He'll turn into a dog or a kitty cat. Or something along those lines. You have not had any sugar today.
I can become hyper anytime I want.
That is fake hyperactiveness. Trust me, I know my brother when he's hyper. Another thing that my brother does when he's hyper is he goes, he talks like that, and then he goes, say what? And he's like, doesn't matter! He shouts when he's hyper. He mumbles when he's hyper. Okay, something, you're blocking out the light with your big fat head. Ah! And, the third thing I do when I am hyper is I sing. When I'm
Is it?
No, those aren't mine.
Pull faces.
No,
make
that's
weird
not it.
noises. Yeah,
That was my board list. So be quiet. I know I said weird noises.
Then why did it say sing on the third one?
Because I do that when I'm bored as well. Yes, you will notice on my 10 things I do when I am bored, I do a lot of things like that when I'm hyper. Yeah, I sing randomly when I'm hyper. Fourth thing I do when I'm hyper is I dance. I just sit there and I'll be like,
I sometimes, you've never seen me done this though. I sometimes, very rarely, just do songs. I just do the tunes of songs like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, okay, so I dance when I'm hyper.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, shut up. We get your point.
Dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
Shut up. I'll shut your face.
And break my teeth.
Yeah, exactly. So shut your face. Another thing, my fifth thing I do when I'm hyper
is
I talk really fast. To the point where when I'm hyper and I'm like, I talk to his dad, which is my stepdad, and his name's Carl. I'm like, Carl! Come on! And I'm like,
I remember.
Can I do this? And he's like, what?
Remember?
Can I do this?
Remember what?
Like, what are you saying? I'm like, can I do this? And then it's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Jinx, touch wood.
Touch wood. I'm touching his head.
Jinx, touch roll and I.
Anyways, another thing I do when I'm hyper is I say things
like poo.
Well, yeah.
I predicted.
I just be like poo. I'll be like, and something I really do quite a lot when I'm hyper is I'll be like, your face.
You say that every day.
Ow.
Sorry.
I think my brother's deafening me.
She says that every day.
No, I don't say that every day.
You do.
No, I don't. Have I said it today apart from just then? No.
I'm like, hi, and you're like, hi, your face.
No, when he annoys me, and it's like, Danya, I'm like, Danya, your face. And like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, face don't make sense.
Yeah, she does
I
that
say
one.
your face like
If you
loads.
wanted her to be your sister...
I've said this to my stepdad once. My stepdad was like, Danya, you are being so immature, but your face has been immature. And he was like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, your face doesn't make sense. And he was like, Danya, you're being weird. I was like, your face is being weird. He was like, this is just my face. I was like, I know that's just your face. Your face is your face. And then he was like, Danya, just go away. I was like, your face go away.
If you wanted her to be your sister, then she's annoying.
I'm amazing.
Annoying. She can be annoying.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I can be annoying. You
And I'm also annoying.
annoying doesn't even cover what it is. Anyway, another thing I do when I'm hyper is I shout. As you can probably tell from random videos with Daniela. I do. I shout loads when I'm hyper. I'm better be yelling in my
Okay,
ear.
hyper.
It hurts when he yells in my ear. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go dead. Something I do when I'm hyper is I make animal noises. I'm like, no. I'm like, shut up!
It's a penguin noise.
There's no penguin noise. It's you choking. Something else I do is I say one word.
Hyper style.
Shut up! Another thing that I do when I is hyper, which also I do when I'm bored, is say one word in like different voices.
Hello.
So I'll be like, I'm hyper. So that concludes things that we do when we are hyper.
I look that way.